Susan Page. My last few video blogs discuss the importance of relationships because you lost the most important social contact in your life when you lost your spouse. Your world immediately became smaller. If your spouse acted as a social coordinator, who will organize social events now? If your spouse suffered from a long illness and you acted as the chief caregiver, what will you do now with your time? One participant at my grief forum said that Alexa was her new best friend. Well, Alexa or a Google Assistant doesn't count as a friend. People need people, real people. Statistics show that loneliness and social isolation lead to an increased risk of mortality. One study even put the number at 30%. So do not use your grief as an excuse to isolate yourself. Besides everyone I talked about in my last two videos, what about developing new connections? How do you go about doing that? It's easiest to connect with others who have similar experiences or interests. I found other widowed people the easiest to talk with because he or she immediately related to how I was feeling and they would listen. You can find grief support groups almost anywhere, or you can start one. You can also find groups that do all sorts of things like play trivia or hike, dance, cycle, and so on. You might think about volunteering. Consider activities that you did earlier in your life. Maybe you can reconnect with those interests, and that may lead you to discover new friendships. Remember theme 3, do one thing. Find a thing that you're interested in pursuing. June, who attended my grief forum, loved arranging flowers. She did it mostly for her friends in church, but after losing her husband, she started making arrangements for the funeral home that handled Gary's service. This led to her starting a small floral business. Juanita is another example. She belonged to a small group who did beading, and eventually she started making purses and pins to sell at arts and crafts shows. She met other like-minded friends at these events. So intentionally connect with others. Build a new network. It's not easy because change is scary and meeting new people is scary. But you have to do it because you have to build a new life now that you no longer have your spouse. Do one thing. Make one new acquaintance. Hopefully this advice helps. Until next time, I'm Susan Page. Bye.